Story tonight at 11. College students all over Indiana struggling with stress and mental health. And now schools are seeing more students turn to campus resources, things like therapists and counselors. Tonight, our Rachel Krause explains the changes that one college is making to meet the spiking demand for support.
There's a huge need for mental health services right now on campus.
As Butler University students navigate their way through yet another year of this pandemic from the college campus, many of them are turning to the school's mental health services. Keith Magnus, director of counseling services, says they're seeing more students coming in for help than ever before.
We are very, very busy. We've had about a 30% increase in our services this year compared to the last couple of years.
This year, they expect to see about 700 students in all. Magnus says some are coming in because they feel isolated. Others want to deal with issues they put to the side when COVID-19 cases were surging. They want to help as many as they can, but
it has been challenging to keep up with demand, so we've done a few things to try to address that. We hired a couple of additional therapists. I also hired temporary staff to help keep up with demand.
And now Butler students can turn to a new app for mental health resources, including access to teletherapy, making sure they can talk to a trained therapist quickly wherever they're at.
Students can certainly still use us and will use us, but in addition to that, they can get online, get on their phone, and very easily get mental health services.
Magnus says they're glad to see so many on campus feeling comfortable making their mental health a priority. Hopeful these new tools will ensure every student gets the help they need.
Trying to keep up with demand as best we can by bringing on some more providers, having some teletherapy that they can access, having other tools, just trying to wrap around and meet students where they are.
So Rachel, what is this app that Butler's using and how does it actually work?
Well, it's called Provencha, and it's available for all of Butler's students. Now, they can request mental health services like teletherapy and get a response within 48 hours. The idea here is that they can get help to students no matter where they're at, whether they're at home, between classes, or anywhere on campus. Plus, with the pandemic, teletherapy offers students the option to avoid in-person meetings with counselors if that makes them uncomfortable. And it's free. Butler's also stepping up its focus on student mental health through the Student Wellbeing and Institutional Support Survey, or SWIS. The idea is to gauge student well-being and determine what the university needs to do differently to offer better support. Butler was the first to take the SWIS survey, and they'll implement the results next year. And now 19 other schools are jumping on board after seeing what Butler's doing.
Institutions were interested in getting this kind of data from their students to help their practitioners then increase supports where students are saying they really need them, as opposed to just kind of trying to do programming and outreach without not really knowing what's going to work best for students. So this helps direct resources and staff time and energy in the places where they really need it the most.
In the survey, students told Butler they want to see more support in their first year, coping strategies, tips on resiliency, and ways to interact with different people. Bridget says typically when student health needs are met, achievements go up, GPAs improve, and retention rates increase, which is good for both students and the school. For more information on what Butler University is doing to improve mental health resources for its students, including the SWIS survey, visit the story on our website at WTHR.com.